Damn.
Hold on. Yeah, no, don't go by that yet. All right, when I click connect, come on with this thing. There you go.
Good.
Yeah, we live.
Shit.
Headphones, we here.
Marksman.
That's a little sneak preview. We are live, Bernie's you. My man Marksman, thanks for joining us, brother. Appreciate you. Producer from out here, Staten Island.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice. I like this right here. Let me who you picture getting on this right here.
Shit. Somebody that got balls, man.
Somebody that got balls, eh?
Balls. You know what I mean? It's on some like it, you know what I mean? Not boom pat, but it's definitely East Coast type swing type feel to it. So I put a little bit of East Coast swing on the drums.
And you got your tag in there.
Of course.
I like that.
Everything got to get tagged up. You know what I mean? Even when I upload it and they say don't put the tag on it, you know what I mean?
I feel like the tag necessary these days.
Nah, but you gotta. It's different types of tags. You got your watermark. I think that's the one. When they ask for no tag, you take that out. Like the one that's coming in between, those are watermarks.
True,
so I got
true.
two different watermarks, and then I got my main tag. I can't take that off.
Got you.
That's a part of like just me.
So tell me a little about producing. How'd you get into producing music?
Oh man, as long as I can remember, since I was a young kid. Anytime I used to hear music, I used to just like reimagine it in my head, like a whole different beat, a whole different like rhythm. This is since I was a young kid, as long as I can remember back.
And growing up, who'd you listen to?
You know, like the usual, NWA, Ice Cube, Public Enemy.
You were early 80s, baby?
Nah, I'm a 90s baby.
You what?
Yeah, that's a fact. But I was raised by my grandmother, so I was raised kind of old school.
Got you. Because I'm an 80s baby, and I really never even got into like the NWAs, the Ice T's, honestly.
I just, you know what I mean? Once I was able to hear it, it attracted me to it. So I just started like.
That's different. I don't hear that these days. You never hear anybody say they listen to NWA or Ice T. I can't even name my Ice T song, to be honest with you. Yeah. Which is like terrible.
Yeah, man. He was on some gangster shit.
For sure, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? He's like he was one of the original like dual threats, you know what I mean? With the music, with the acting. Even though his acting, he was like, it was raw. He wasn't that good, but I mean,
that's why he got one show and lives life off it.
Of course, man.
You know?
He been on there 10 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
I know them
checks, at least more than that.
Them checks has got to be enough to live off of. So
definitely.
They shot a few episodes next to my mom's crib in Harlem. So, you know what I mean? Ain't eating. But I like all types of music. You know what I'm saying? When I was a young kid, I was like attracted to opera, orchestral music. You know what I mean? Like I like full.
Right.
When I say full, like I like a bunch of instruments, like a full quartet type melody. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now this is like a. Now I wouldn't say a bad time for music. This is a peculiar time for music because now like the music has to be like as empty as possible. So that's a challenge for me. Like the style of producer I am. I be trying to fill them shits up, you know what I mean? But I break it down for the part, you know what I mean? But like definitely like the main part of the beat, you know what I mean? I want that shit full.
Talk to me about your style of producing. Like what's your style? If somebody asks you, what's your style of producing? Like what's your answer to that?
I don't know, man. I've been I like I'm trying to think of how to like put it in a box. I mean, I make I make I enjoy the most to make the music that I like the most, but I'll make whatever I gotta make to get some bread.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make whatever's gonna possibly make me some money. So that's a funny question. You know what I mean? So look at like music now. Like the drill shit is like everything. It's everything drill. You got drill in the UK, drill in Africa.
So have you tried that? Have you tried making drill beat?
Yeah, I got some drill shit. You know what I mean?
You have to.
It's not. Listen, man. It's not
Your style.
for me per se.
Right,
like
right.
I said, I'm not gonna. I don't want nobody. I think that's like how you truly can call yourself a producer, because if they ask you for a certain type or a certain genre of beat, I mean, you should be able to at least try to.
You gotta deliver.
You know what I'm saying? Even though that's not my cup of tea, but I'll do it. So I definitely got some drill joints. But like my style per se is like full, like really sound like a certain type of sound that stands out, like not your normal sound. So like an orchestral or like melody. Like the melody's got to be like, I like foreign instruments. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
You know what I mean? I made my last couple of joints. I sampled like that. I forgot what it's called. It's like a pot with dents in it, but it's an instrument. You know what I mean? I forgot what it's called. I apologize, but it's just
I don't know my instruments.
It just sound dope. You know what I mean? So I chop it up, you know what I mean, do my effects to it, and that shit sound like different from like anything that, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much where I be at. I've been making these shits for so long. I got like 1,000 beats. So I just try to, you know, keep myself interested or as interested as possible. You know what I mean? I always try to stay above water, stay afloat. Music, you know, music is like fashion.
And it was always beats for you. You ever tried writing?
I definitely wrote. I definitely put some songs together and stuff like that. You know, I did little stuff here and there. Originally, you know what I'm saying, we had like a group. You know what I'm saying? We have a group. You know what I'm saying? Still Money Ain't Given. That's the umbrella. You know what I'm saying? So my brothers, you know, we all came up together, started this venture together. You know what I'm saying? I was on this since 2011, you know what I'm saying, professionally, and then but we was doing it before that, you know what I'm saying, for years, you know what I'm saying, just trying to make stuff.
Have you worked with any big name artists in the industry?
I've done,
or at least from Staten Island.
I think the question would be, which one didn't I work with?
Okay, so who didn't you work with?
I guess like CJ, like I never got a chance to work with him. But like if you're talking like Staten Island native artists, I definitely worked with them. Like you can name them.
You been in the studio with Meth?
No, I've been in his. Yes, I have. I've been in his studio, not with him. I didn't get a chance to like cook something up for him, but definitely his artist for sure.
Gotcha, like Jojo Pellegrino.
I've been in the studio with him. I recorded a song with, he already had his verse on it, but I recorded the second verse that whoever he had featured on that.
Got you. Yeah, and what was Wu-Tang's affiliate, the white boy from back in the day? Remedy.
I did my original album in his studio.
Okay, I remember when I was in 7th grade, my parents had gotten me my first set of turntables, my only set of turntables ever. It was like Gemini, it's nothing crazy, like a startup kit, you know. Listen, man. And that was one of the records I had was Remedy.
Yeah, he had some buzz back in the day.
Definitely, yeah. I was in 7th grade when that buzz was going on, so I remember it. I remember that name.
An affiliate, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I definitely recorded my whole first album. He knows who I am if he's seen me face to face. Definitely, I was going like consistently, like once a week. You know what I mean? For like a full session, maybe like at least 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours every week. You know what I mean? He had a studio nearby the Staten Island Ferry. You know what I'm saying? We definitely recorded like my whole first joint on there. And that was before the studio.
Right, you had a studio business, right? Tell me about that.
So, like I said, so when we originally started, like we orchestrated the music out of the crib. You know what I'm saying? Your your normal tales of the, from the hood and stuff like that. We was just listening to music, drinking, enjoying it, making it. You know what I'm saying? Just picturing it, but we couldn't lay it down. And then I just, like with me and my like old time friend. You know what I'm saying? Like we had started with like Sony Acid Pro. Like we going back there.
That's like before Fruit Loop and whatever,
no,
right?
It's about the same time, but I think Sony Acid was like right before. Like we started out on that. You know what I'm saying? With and you had the trial version, so you basically it lets you record one take, right? So if you had a song with multiple people, you had to do your jumps in. So it's one microphone, obviously. Like if it's 3 people, you spit your verse and another person coming in.
Jumps right in.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was good. I mean,
that makes it fun though, like for the recording process,
it's
right? I mean, it must
fun.
be tough because if you mess up and you gotta do that, that sucks.
It's definitely not professional, but it's a cool experience for music. As a music lover, it's definitely necessary. You know what I'm saying? That builds your love for the craft. So all of this happened as a kid, as a adolescent. This is before, once again, this is well before the venture into the studio. You know what I'm saying? So initially it started out as just making beats like on my leisure, just like enjoying it with my friends and stuff like that. My day ones, it started out like that. But so with the first album that we recorded at Remedy Spot, it was just a crazy experience. You know what I'm saying? I wound up like my hard drive, like I don't know if you remember back, like what was that, like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So the hard drives back then, like if you had a 1 terabyte, that joint looked like a textbook, right? But them joints was like really poorly, they weren't good quality. So like if you bumped them or something like that, them shits break. So that's pretty much what happened. Something had happened with my computer. Went to go get the computer fixed. Next thing you know, the hard drive gets wiped clean. So it was a crazy experience for me. Listen, now looking back on it, back then, it was real. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But me as an adult, I look back at it and it's like, damn, it was like necessary. It was part of me growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like into a man.
Definitely.
Because like it really took one of my good friends, and this is the person that I can honestly say was like the final straw for me to go into recording, right? So this is an engineer he used to record out of Laughing Dog Studio. So that Laughing Dog Studio is Meth Lab Studio, right? It was Laughing Dog before it became Meth Lab Studio, right? So good friend of mine, Jacob, he's a monster with the engineering, right? So this is crazy. Like if he's ever get a chance to watch this, he's definitely gonna be laughing. I had booked a session, right, for 2 tracks that I had made. I had a feature on one, and one was just me and my homies, right? So in between me booking the session and the actual date of the session coming up, the drive had broke, the computer had broke, everything broke. So I lost everything, right? So I'm calling, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy, like really bad thoughts and stuff like that back then as a kid. But long story short, I had called him, you know what I'm saying, just to basically let him know, like, I did a session. I ain't got nothing for the session. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
You gotta start from scratch.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing. So he heard it in my voice, like, yo, like he knew it was really, 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 really bothering me. So I kid you not, it was him and him alone. He talked me like into the realization of like, yo, bro, let it go. If you really meant to do this, everything you lost. He was like, how many beats you lost? He really asked me like this. How many beats you lost? How many songs you lost? So I told him, let's just say estimated or whatever. Let's say I said 1,000 beats, right? Okay. So he's like, all right, that's a lot. I understand. But he was like, let me ask you one question. If you was to make another 1,000 beats right now, would they be better or would they be worse? I was like, they're gonna be better. He was
so he kept it real
for
simple.
Sure. And like something so simple, it calmed me down and I was able to move forward with it. You know what I'm saying? That type of traumatic experience with it so early on, especially, would have definitely crippled a lot of people in my predicament.
Scared them away, definitely.
Yeah, because it was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Spent so much money on what we made, so much energy, so much time. So to lose that is like, damn, man, it's a hit. It's definitely a hit. But, you know, we moved forward, man. You know, we kept pushing, made more stuff, and definitely got better. You know?
Practice makes perfect, man.
And like I said, he was the one that practically single-handedly talked me into opening my own studio. So he was just, because he used to hear like my rough mixes.
Right.
And he was like, sounds good. Like, what did you make? You made this in the studio? Or what did you do this? And it was like out of stuff in the crib. At that time, nothing crazy, no crazy equipment. Just, you know, whatever we got our hands on. And he's like, you know, it sounds pretty clean. And I'm thinking he's just like, you know what I mean? Don't butter me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell me. He wasn't that type of person. He kept it a buck. So if it was trash, he would be like,
you gotta do something about that.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying, throw it away if it was doo-doo. But he kept it a buck. And he's like, yo, man, because he was like, you know what I mean, you spent a lot of money in the studio and to lose all that stuff. He was like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You could do this shit yourself. And the engineer told me to my face.
There you go.
He told me to my face. He was like, bro, I don't even know why you pay me. He told me this to my face. I kid you not. And like one of the last
you can
sessions,
mix and master an engineer just as good as them.
Yeah. I won't compare myself to nobody. Not in producing, not in engineering, not in life. You feel me? I'm me. You know what I'm saying? So like all I know is my shit. I take much pride in it and I make sure
as you should.
I put a lot of effort into it and I make sure I ain't trying to put my name on nothing that I don't feel like is definitely like quality. You know what I mean? If it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not I'm not stamping nothing that I don't feel the quality's not there. So it gotta be there. So if it's there, so that pretty much hints on like I was doing it a long time before I actually started charging people for recording. So I was recording out the crib, recording, you know what I'm saying, my team. So it was a good thing. I used to use them like test dummies, but not in a bad way. But I used to use them because we writing and making so much songs and ideas. So I'm like, yo, like I'm gonna get my skills up on my team with my team. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely.
Like, I make the beat and they writing their rhymes and we writing our rhymes while I'm making the beat. I'm like, yo, let's throw it on. I was getting my skills up that way. So we talking about like a good amount of time went by between that and opening the studio, and it was where I felt comfortable enough to.
In the studio, you had multiple rooms? Like you had a room that you could rent out, a room you could work in?
No,
or was it one room?
It was a single. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
We had, at one point, one of the spots, we had multiple rooms, but to have multiple rooms, you need multiple engineers. So we never got that far along. So it's like, and you're only one person. It's only 24 hours in a day. So, you know, it starts wearing thin. And what happens is, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you do what you do, right? Let's say you do two things, you know what I'm saying? And you just want to devote all your effort and time into those two things. You don't want to dilute those two things that's your two things. You know what I'm saying? You do what you do. You know what I'm saying? And so like at one point I just felt like I was doing too much. So it was taken away from my core, which is production and engineering. And I do it all for the love. I don't do it for the love of others. I do it because I love music.
Gotcha.
So once I felt like I was losing love, I just stepped away. I took a little hiatus, but I never stopped. But it turned from me doing it for survival and me doing it to pay bills and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Doing it on that level to me doing it on my own leisure. So it just pretty much turned into that.
How'd you know it was production for you? Because you mentioned you were written before you wrote raps and stuff. So how'd you know it was production for you instead of being a rapper?
I don't know. I mean, most people that come from like the environment that I came from, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely like a common uh way to vent and express yourself through
music,
rap, through music, any form of music is just a real common way to express your thoughts and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm no exception or anything like that. You know what I mean? A lot of people, there's like, you know what I mean, so many forms of artists, you know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
I never turned away from anybody. Once again, this doubles back to the time of me talking to Jacob. He's from, like I said, he's the one that basically single-handedly talked me into engineering. The way, you know what I'm saying, he would evaluate artists, you know what I'm saying, in a way, like a light evaluation. So, like, you know what I mean, especially if it was
like constructive criticism you give him, like, at times.
Well, that too, he was definitely like that, but it was like more of a interview kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So, like, if it's your first session, before the session actually starts and everything like that, he'll just pause and talk to you for a minute. You know what I'm saying? See where your head is at. He wanna, like, what are you looking to get out of this? What are you looking, you know what I'm saying? Stuff, just common stuff that you should know. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're gonna spend money. And I'm not taking away from the people that just want to do it just because it's fun. Like, why not? On both ends. Me as an engineer, me as a producer, and them as the recording artist.
Right.
I don't think it's bad. You know what I'm saying? I think there's an area for everything. I think there's a field for all types of music.
Definitely
all types
is.
of.
I mean, even today in rap, there's so many different like subgenres.
Listen, it may not be a cup of tea, but I'm not gonna listen, man.
It is what it is right now.
Listen, you want to pay me to record you barking or making funny noises on the track? Listen, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Sure.
You feel me? Like, I'm gonna make that shit sound the best way that I can with what I got. I guarantee you that. You know what I'm saying? What I have, I'm gonna bring the best out of you. And that's, like, I think all engineers should definitely have that mentality. You should definitely want to find the best in that artist and bring it out of them. So, you know what I mean? Like, the artists that I did have the pleasure of working with, which was quite a few, majority of, like, the actual artists on Staten Island in the past 10 years plus, I definitely worked with them already. So, you know, it's a wonderful thing. You know what I mean? It's all trial and error, and it's stuff that you got to remember and you use it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's some good stuff, some not so good, some pretty bad, but everything you got to find a way to use that shit as information going forward to move better. You know what I'm saying? Everything you just learned, everything got to be a learning experience. So, you know, with everything I've been through, I just try to learn from it. Then it makes it, like, not irrelevant or just a waste of time. You know what I mean? Like, I just try to learn something from it. You know what I mean? Moving forward, I move a little bit different. You know what I mean? But
as you should. I mean, you learn, right? You live and you learn.
Yeah, live and learn, man.
So,
for sure.
Who was your, like, growing up, or producers you look up to? Who do you think is the hottest in the game right now?
Producer wise, let's start off with who I was, like, really listening to, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Anybody that know me, I can't even front. Like, A-Rap music, man. Like, even though I was already making beats before he even came out, you know what I'm saying? But when he came out, he just brought the love for the making music
and a
like,
different energy.
He elevated it.
I love watching, like, videos of him with the machine, like, just freestyling with it. He's crazy.
I never got a chance to meet him, you know what I'm saying? But he's
different.
I see a lot of people trying to, you know what I mean, recreate it, but it's not him.
And people sleep on that album, him and Joe Budden.
Oh, for sure.
That album and the beats, Joe Budden's lyrics, like, the album's incredible.
That's ridiculous.
You
come on.
Was that Rage in the Machine or some shit? That was a dope album.
Joe Budden's, like, as much as you could say a million bad things about him, but when it comes to the lyrics,
yeah, for sure, he's an asshole. Monster. But when it comes to rap, he could rap.
I mean, I think that, you know, the way the times have changed brought that out. So the way everything is personal now. So now you get a chance to learn the real life of the artist. And to be honest, I'm gonna be real. Like a lot of people are type corny and they're not cool people. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You could be rich and all that stuff, but you're not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just not a cool person, bro. You're like corny. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are not cool. But they might have money and all that, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But that don't make you cool. You know what I'm saying? So I think like that changed the encounter with the artist changed because I don't view artists personally. It's all music. I keep it music. So I'm saying like Kanye was a big influence for me. Like I respect his whole journey, the whole passion, everything like that, man. Kanye is a different type of
animal. Yeah, his story is incredible. You know, I'm not so much of a fan of him nowadays, but I mean, you go back 10 years. I mean, his shit was undeniable. His first 2-3 albums. I'm
gonna be honest with you. Kanye is gonna make the most out of whatever it is. So right now, it ain't really shit. So he's making a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's gonna take whatever the style it is. He's gonna like do it to the max. So like production and music period right now is not really meaningful. It's not really thought of. It doesn't seem to have a lot of like time and thought put into it. That's the way music was. Music was like a real passionate thing. You know what I'm saying? People poured their heart out on the track. Now it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like
you just say whatever.
You know what I'm saying? And once again, I don't take nothing from them. You know what I'm saying? Music is a form of expression. So if that's how you want to express yourself, you know what I'm saying? By all means. By all means. Like I don't stray away from any form of music. If it's music, I give it a chance. So I've touched any type, you know what I'm saying, from gospel, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? If people playing music on the street, I sampled that before. Like I don't listen, man. Like that's how I knew. Like I knew that the music was definitely for me. Like I would hear shit differently than people. Like we all listening to the same thing, right? But the way I'm hearing it, I'm picturing it in a whole. I'm reconstructing
like
it.
Almost seeing the sounds. Like
I'm reconstructing the whole sound, and I want to remake it in my own way. I was doing this as a kid. As an adolescent kid,
gotcha. That's when you know you're supposed to be doing something with the music.
I was like, yo, I don't know how though, but a lot of times you want to do things, but you don't know exactly how, like the means to do it. So that was me. Like I knew what I wanted to make. I knew it was in my head, right? And the whole thing is you taking what you making in your head and putting it out. You know what I'm saying? So before originally it was hardware, you know what I'm saying? You had your beat machines, your keyboards, your synthesizers. So I'm sorry, you basically taking it from in your head and you're recreating it. That's pretty much what it is. So it's just like the whole journey is just how good can you do that?
Gotcha.
So like for me to be doing it, to have been doing it as long as I've been doing it, when I make something now compared to when I made it 10 years ago, obviously it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear it differently. My abilities are different. I'm able to dig a little deeper or a lot deeper as far as how I make it, how I make it sound, everything. You know what I mean? Like I love music, man. I always did, always will. You know what I mean? And then, you know, like
it's something that comes natural to, like when you go to make a song, like how long will it take you to complete before mastering or anything, but like just to get the beat down, like how long does that typically take?
It varies, man. It varies. And it sounds like a corny answer. I know people want definitive answers, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It all varies, man. It's like, you know what I mean? If you bottle all your emotions up and then like you want to turn them shits into ideas. So you may be feeling like sorrow. You may be feeling anger. You might be feeling anxious, something like that. But the whole purpose is to take those emotions and convert them into music, into ideas. So it's like it depends on what emotion that you start making it on. You might be a lot more driven with a certain type of emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're angry, it might speed the process up because you just feel that anger, you just like those ideas are coming through like record speed, like, you know what I mean, like real fast. You know what I'm saying? But it really varies, man. I've made some joints in 10 minutes, and then I had other joints that took me like separate times. Like I try to make as much as I can one time, and I was like, once you get cloudy and all that stuff, I leave it alone. I save it and I leave it.
Maybe go back to it.
And I come back to it another day. You know what I'm saying? One of the joints definitely took me one of those times. You know what I'm saying? My homies definitely with me. When I was trying to make it a few times, and you know what I mean, I definitely couldn't get the ideas out the way I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably play a few, you know what I'm saying? But I think where I finally got it one day, just randomly, I just happened to load it up. And I wasn't even thinking about this joint. And I loaded it up, and it was clear the way I wanted to pattern it out and flip it. It was all already there for me. So it's weird, bro. Like,
it's crazy.
Sometimes shit is cloudy, sometimes it's clear. So like when it comes to the process, it definitely varies. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it could take you 10 minutes, sometimes it could take you an hour.
I asked because watching that Kanye doc and seeing him and Tiana Taylor just make the beat off the table, literally. Like he was like, all right, let's sing for me, and they had a song. Like that shit was just mind-boggling.
You talking about at that time in Kanye's career, he was a master already. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not there.
Right.
Out of respect for the masters, I'm not gonna even front like I'm there. But I ain't no rookie. You know what I'm saying? Like my shit is tight. But like he wasn't always a master, you know what I'm saying? So you got to start out somewhere. You definitely don't start out as no master. You might start out a little bit ahead of the next person because of your talent. Your talent could separate you from the next person. And this goes in all forms of music to me. So this goes for the rappers, for the artists, for the producers, for the engineers. You might have a niche for something. So the niche can give you an edge on the next person, right? So say me and you start producing at the same exact time, but you just so happen to have a niche for a certain aspect of the production that I don't. So that's going to give you an advance over me, right? So you technically like ahead of me, you know what I'm saying? Because of the natural niche that you have for it already. You know what I'm saying? So that could be music theory. That could be all types. Like you might be like, I'm not like classically trained. I don't play instruments and none of that. And I definitely wish I was, you know what I'm saying? Because my shit would be on a whole nother level. But I hear the music. So I know when something is off. I can hear it like.
And you could put piano and guitars together on Fruit Loops or whatever you use these days, GarageBand.
I mean, chords is not difficult, you know what I'm saying? 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 7, you know what I'm saying? Your minors, your majors. It's not like crazy. But like I said,
producing's crazy. Producing music's a little crazy, you know? I mean, not for you because you've been doing it for so long. It's easy, but like if you were to open up GarageBand right now for anybody else in this room, I think maybe not Pretty Boy, I don't know. But I'd be looking at a fucking math puzzle. Like, man, I don't know.
I'll be honest, I actually I touched a lot of programs, like, and as long as I've been dealing with the music, GarageBand is one of the few I never really.
That was just an example. I'm just saying, like in general,
into the GarageBand like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but everything.
But I mean, open any of those programs.
For sure.
You're like, what the fuck is this? How do I do anything? You know what I mean? You got to put instrument, like each individual thing. So it takes a lot. Like, I think it ain't easy.
You got to definitely have.
Definitely don't downplay it.
You definitely got to be able to tell if something sounds off. You have to be able. But this is the thing, when something sounds off, sometimes that shit sounds hard and it's a different sound. So like, I'll use an example, like the way people use auto-tune now, or been using it for the past 15, 20 years, is the wrong way to use it. It's not the correct way. And auto-tune been out for long before we, you know what I'm saying, started using it the way we use it now.
T-Pain made it popular.
Exactly. I'm not going to take that, obviously. that's the wrong way to use it. But look at all the hits that it made.
Even
Not-
Travis Scott, his whole album.
Of course,
Mhm.
everything. It's like his whole every sound is manipulated like to the maximum. You know what I'm saying? Super heavy reverb, super heavy delay.
You're not a fan of that?
No, listen.
Nah,
I
me
told
neither
you,
too much,
I
bro.
told you, it don't even matter. Whatever you want to make. So he's like, when you ask me my opinion, then it opens a lot of other doors. So when it comes to that, if you ask me, I'm not gonna lie. But if you don't ask me, we just gonna get it done. It's what all my job as an engineer is to make sure you sound
The artist is happy.
that you sound the best way that I can make you sound. So I need to hear how you going. Let me hear like your cadence on this specific track. So when I'm saying that, like spit how you gonna spit. So that like I'm gonna just do an example. If I was to start a session, usually what happens is, you know what I'm saying, we link up, whatever, everything, boom, boom, like greetings and stuff like that. As soon as that's done, I let them go in the booth to get the edge off. Like go in the booth, I set the mic height up, everything like that, make sure everything is how it's supposed to be, and I just spit, do your thing. I'm out here on the boards,
right?
So this gives me a chance to get the shit that I need to get done, right, without even making it look like I'm even getting that shit done. It's like I'm letting you get warmed up, but I'm over here getting the tempo of the beat. You know what I'm saying? Most people got you ripping shit off of YouTube and shit like that, and the correct way is you definitely want to get the tempo. So if it's a hook, you want to be able to, when you finish the hook, to be able to copy and paste it in the next one and the third one, whatever the case may be. You definitely want to be able to do that. It saves a lot of time, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I try to use.
Have you ever had to like tell a rapper like, nah, that ain't it, get back in there? Yeah. What's that like?
But I'm a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Always been like a cool like type of person. You feel me? So it's like people that know me, they know a couple things about me that I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. You know what I'm saying? But they know where it's coming from. It's constructive criticism, bro. It's not like hate. A lot of people nowadays is like anything that's not what you want it to be gotta be hate, and that's not even the case.
Nah, that's not the truth.
You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody may not feel the same exact way you feel, it don't mean that they're a hater or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So
anytime it went wrong, anytime it went left, like, nah, fuck you. This is my art. Like,
yeah, but not like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was never that. It never went that far, but it was definitely like feelings hurt, and I'm like,
you're trying to get the best out
bro.
of it, right?
Like, you know, what my job is to do is to. You do know anything that comes out of this is stamped by me. So if I let you leave here with some shit that sound crazy and the structure is all crazy and all that shit, and you bring that shit somewhere else, they're like, first question, where did you get this done at? Why does shit sound like this? Why does it look like this? I don't understand. So once again, I take a lot of pride in what I produce, as far as physically or engineering wise. Like, I definitely want it to sound like respectable. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So if somebody else is listening to it, you should be able to play your shit proudly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
If somebody asks you if you rap and you like, yeah, I rap, let me hear something, and you can't play it like with a surety and proud, then something is going on. Something is wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And that could be from the production or from the engineering or from the song. You know what I'm saying? I don't have input on. You know what I mean? Like, your lyrics is just, I'll tell you if something sounds a little bit off. If I feel it does, if I don't feel it does, then that's what you want to say. I can't tell you what to say. It's your track. You know what I'm saying? But
now, how do you get your stuff out there as a producer? Like, how do you get heard? Like, if you wanted people to use your stuff for a movie or for rappers to hear your shit, like, how do you get out there? How do you promote yourself?
For me, from the way I started, man, everything was real physical. So everything was like a hand, like face to face, you know what I mean, communication, face-to-face confrontation. Like, that's how I did a lot of my transactions. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I definitely recorded most artists that you could think of from Staten Island. I probably recorded some of them, most of them, whatever you want to say. So from that happening, it was easy for me to shop beats, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't this way. Like in 2022, everything is online and stuff.
Right. It's
So from
social
that
and shit.
perspective, I'm a rookie, but I'm not. But like with producing, but from that perspective of
Marketing yourself.
marketing and expansion and of getting your stuff out there. I'm
Now
a
you need like a
rookie.
TikTok. You need everything to blow up these days. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm not into. I'm probably what you would call, what most people would call, like what you call those, like the ghost,
like an old soul?
followers. I'm definitely
Oh, a
old.
ghost file.
Yeah, I'll see it, but
You ain't tapping nothing, commenting nothing.
nah, like you heard, like
Just promoting your shit. That's it.
they be going live and shit. You want to watch it without watching it, you know what I mean?
Mm.
You don't want to click on it. Should be having some reviews. You
So
wanna
now
be that only
I checked
viewer.
out your website,
Yeah.
right? So you could purchase the beat. Now that's a lease or a purchase.
There's every option, and so I paid for like 4 different options. So there's like 3 different leasing options, and then the last option is the outright. So for those, I just feel it's a little bit easier to make those negotiable.
Right.
So with those, I have that option for the outright, but there's 3 different leasing agreements. So one is like, if I'm not mistaken, maybe $30. One is 40, 50. So they're like all like $10, $20 apart. They all have their own fields of requirement, stuff like that, of what you can legally do with
Once
them.
you're hitting certain
Yeah,
number of
like
streams and
with the
shit.
first one, you don't get the stems. So you just get like an MP3 bounce of it,
Got you.
which
You Irv Gotti and them out here.
no, man. Listen, nah, man. Like
Shit.
that's not me. I've never done it like that.
No, I'm just
I've
kidding.
always done stems, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this whole step of the journey is new to me. So in this field, I feel kind of new. You understand what I'm saying? So, but I've been producing for a long time. I've been engineering for a long time. So it's like I just I've never been a heavy person on social media ever since Skolnex, since MySpace.
Well, you just needed to promote yourself. That's
I'll
it.
have it, but I was never good at that either.
You don't gotta use it for nothing personal.
Now, like you know what I'm saying, my wife will help me. My wife will make the post.
Right.
Bro, I'm not going front. You understand what I'm saying? She helped me make my second logo, my third logo.
Dope.
I'm not even going. She like,
Tell her to make you a TikTok. I think I seen Russ say the other day, like, like if you're an artist up and coming and you're not using TikTok, you're doing something wrong. Like
TikTok is definitely booming right now.
You know, get your beats heard on that.
And like with those, like, how they call it? It's like the sounds you use. They got trending sounds. And shit.
Yeah, but you could make your beat one of them sounds, and like every time somebody uses it, that's a stream for you or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So you gotta figure out like how to get up on TikTok, because I'm telling you, that's the wave right now for up and coming artists, producers of any kind.
For just content creators.
Yeah, content creators, period.
But
for sure.
I don't feel it's number one for producers. I may be wrong, but this is just how I feel. Right? I think the number one most crucial aspect of the coming up producers and stuff like that, I must say, might be SoundCloud, because I don't feel like on social media, most social medias, people are real vain and they're real like, oh, like I'm not gonna like this, and I don't want to be seen liking this, and I don't want to comment on this or stuff like that. But on SoundCloud, it doesn't seem like they feel that way as much. So they'll have no problem reposting and shit.
Loving on SoundCloud, they're looking for it. Whereas Instagram or whatever social, they might just be scrolling to scroll. You know,
that's why I said for music creators, not content creators.
SoundCloud's where it's at.
Just music creators, production, song. I feel like for the beginning process, I think SoundCloud is a little bit more important TikTok is definitely like it's trendy, man.
Mhm.
Everything is about trends. You know what I'm saying? Everything is
For
trendy.
sure, we don't know where it's
So,
gonna be in a few
but I
years,
don't.
but right now, we
Right
know where
now
it
it's
is.
definitely hitting right now. But
Mhm.
I feel like it'll be here today, probably going tomorrow. Who knows? You know,
Yeah, I mean, Instagram's here to stay. I think right. 2011, 12, it came. Ain't going nowhere.
it ain't
So
gonna, it does its purpose. You know what I'm saying? You know, you flood you flood it. You know what I'm saying? What you want, the content, what you want to do. People don't like. They got no problem, man. They'll live their life on live.
like
You know what I'm saying?
Cal.
Everything they put the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Cal, do you want to ever get to that point? Like, do you want to
No.
make no, like
Money
compilation album?
wise, of course.
Money wise, yeah. No, but I mean like
Money-wise.
having albums like that, but compilations of
For sure,
artists.
for
Like,
sure. But I want to be on them. I don't want to do a compilation of artists, but I really don't have no ties to the like creation. You understand what I'm saying? Like I want to, if I'm gonna do it, I want to be in the process. I want to be a part of the process. If not complete control, I would definitely want to be a part of it as far as the creative process.
gotcha.
So like the song creation, the recording process, the mixing process, the mastering process. I like that type of shit. So I definitely want to be a part of that. But I think at one point he did physically produce joints like early on in his career, but I don't think he makes shit now.
Nah,
Hell no.
I don't know.
He gets joints from like popular producers like Hit Boy.
And just buys them outright.
No, he probably purchases them and then he shot it. Like he puts, he make the most. He making platinum joints. So I mean, that's giving you a platinum joint. So that's like if Khaled came and asked me for a joint, I'm not gonna say no. Like shit might be a platinum plaque. Like why would you not want to do that? But I'm just talking about me personally. Like as a producer or engineer, like I don't want to do stuff that way. I rather have more of an input on the process, not just be on some like whether I like it or not. I want to be a part of the creative process as far as making it. You know what I mean?
Who's on your list of artists that you want to work with?
Staten Island or just
in general?
Well, that's two separate.
All
you
right,
can't mix that up.
So Staten Island.
Staten Island artists.
Staten Island first.
It's not a lot of artists once again that I didn't get a chance to work with. But if you want to say that, artists that I would like to work with, I probably I definitely want to do a joint with C Black. You know what I'm saying? He's a real controversial. He seems to be like draw attention because like the topics that he talks about and shit like that. And I can't take it away from him. Like he got bars. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like he definitely be spitting. I've heard him a few times, so we didn't get a chance to, but I definitely wouldn't mind putting something down. Who else?
About the Truth.
Who?
Truth?
I'm not sure who that is.
You don't know Truth? Frank Nitty? I don't know.
I heard that name before, but I didn't.
He's up in this building.
Oh, word?
Who else? So there's another Staten Island rapper.
There's a bunch, man.
There's a bunch. Yeah,
Hugh Hef, Hollywood Hef, Monster.
Is that what about Handsome High?
Handsome High.
No, I never heard of him. Chucky Hollywood. Yo, there's a lot of Staten Island rappers, bro. There's a lot of Staten Island rappers.
That's a fact, and I respect it. Don't just because I might not know exactly who they are when you name them, that don't mean no like bad.
Nah, I didn't know a lot of them until I started doing this shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like I recorded hundreds of artists, so it's like just today coming in. You know what I mean? The homie, I met him, but I'm like, yo, he looked familiar, but I happened to have definitely been in the studio with him before, but it took me a minute to remember. So I've been doing this a long time, so like sometimes it's something slips my mind or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like definitely.
What about off the island, like in general, artists, somebody who's popping right now, like who's somebody you'd like to work with?
I would, man. What I would do for a Ross joint?
Rick Ross, he slept on. I feel.
Nah, he got his flowers, man. Ross is come on. I don't
Yeah.
even.
I don't hear him in the top
it's
5
a-
conversation.
it's a- he because he you everybody don't got to be top 5. It's only 5 slots. We can name 5 people, and not one of those 5.
Yeah,
is
but
even
I don't know if he's up to par with like I don't know. That's a different conversation.
as far he may not be a top lyricist, but if you want to go,
He could rap though. No, he
flow-wise
could rap. I'm not getting. I'm
and
saying
cadence,
he could
Mine's-
rap.
It's like once again,
I have every Rick
you
Ross
gotta
album.
appreciate the different aspects of the music. So you got lyricists, like if you talking about bars. So if you want to talk about who got the bars, it might be one person, but who got the flow might be a whole nother person. Who makes the best songs, a whole nother person. It's just who got the best voice, whole nother person.
Ross definitely got a voice.
Is like crazy. Like the way he can, his voice like comes out on the track.
Can I hear something? Like if Ross called you for a beat, can I hear what would you play for him? Can I hear something?
Ross beat?
Come on.
Oh man, let me see.
Put you on the spot.
Let me see. Hold on. I got something.
Yeah, we got a lot of beats, bro.
Yeah. I wasn't lying when I said that. Hold on. For a Ross joint, I definitely would probably go with.
Rose calls you right now. I said, yo, I need a beat right now. What you sending?
You can't just throw Ross anything. So I gotta hold on. I got something for Ross. I definitely got something for Ross. Where is it? Is it this one? Hold on, pardon me. It might not be this one. I gotta play
I want to hear one of your beats anyway. I want to hear.
Yeah, this is hard
hear
though,
some shit.
but I don't know if this is the one I'll play for Ross. Let me hear it.
I got a Griselda vibe already.
Yeah.
I could see Ross's voice walking over that beat for sure.
I think I would go with. Hold on. Trying to remember the name. Maybe this. Once again. Don't make the good. It's not this one. It's the other one. Pardon me.
There's a lot. Last one, there's a lot of people I can picture over that beat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists.
I mean, yeah, for sure. But like I said, if Ross asks you for a joint, you gotta dissect your list and really
you gotta send them your top 5.
Yeah, for sure. Because Ross got like a lot of different feelings on different beats. I've heard like triumphant joints from Ross. He got that gutter stuff. He got that real deep stuff.
Yeah, Ross can rap.
Nah, like he may not be top lyricist, but he's a monster, man. If you definitely talking about, I can't. Oh, this right here. Maybe this. I don't know. Maybe this one. Let me let it load up. For Ross, let me Kiss Banks or something. You know what I mean? Like maybe one of them.
That last Banks mixtape was fire.
Yeah. Yeah, this right here. I don't know.
What's up? We need to come freestyle?
Maybe this drink. These are like some of the last drinks I threw up on the BeatStars. Marksman.
That sounds like Lloyd Banks. That sounds like something Lloyd Banks.
I don't, for some reason, like, you know what I mean? Like, you got like vibes. Like, my latest vibe really been on that, like, New York. You know what I mean? Like, right before that, though, I definitely got on
like that Golden Era, New York. I said like that Golden Era, New York.
For sure. I mean, I don't know, man. I just got like, once I get like a vibe, then I just keep making the same types of joints. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so you just do whatever you're feeling. You don't follow like necessarily like musical trends or whatever. Like right now, it's just the drill.
I did have a drill.
I mean, you got to have one or two just in case somebody asks you for it, right?
I mean,
like someone's bound to ask you for a drill beat.
Somebody, as a producer, if an artist come up to you like, "Oh, I heard about you, and I need some work," but they're looking for a certain type of joint. As a producer, I mean, what you gonna say? I don't make that type of joint,
right?
So
right.
you're losing the sale. So of course, man. Even though, like I said, may not be my cup of tea, but shit, I was like, you know what I mean? Let me start messing around. You know what I mean? Let me start making. I'll play a drink after this. This is another just old, man. I made this a little while back. joint. It's like old, you know what I mean? Like different types of joints, man. That's another.
That too.
Like I mean, so I guess you could say like drill type.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
take on it, you feel me? If I'm gonna make it, you know what I mean? It's like my type.
Right.
This is another dream I just cooked up. You know what I mean? You gotta spit something on there. They ain't one of the joints you play around with. You know what I mean? Definitely want to hear some bars.
What do you picture on that?
Yo, listen, whoever got the bars.
Whoever got the bread.
Oh, that too. Sometimes, a lot of times, people that got the bread might not have the bars, but you gonna say no?
Right.
I mean, that's a crucial type of call.
You ever give anybody like something on the strength, hoping that it'll do something?
Yeah.
You got plenty out there.
That's what you call paying your dues. I paid my dues. You know what I'm saying? Believing in artists. You understand what I'm saying? I paid my dues. You know what I'm saying? A lot of believing in them. You know what I'm saying? So like the whole financial aspect is put on the back burner just because like, yo, listen, I believe we can make something crazy.
Right.
So it's like we not even gonna worry about that right now. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely did quite a few of those.
No doubt.
With a couple of artists.
You got a couple out there.
Yeah, man. I got some. I did a bunch of drinks with Hugh Hef. I did drinks with. I had a couple of drinks with Sun God.
So if I go to iTunes, can you give me a joint before we wrap it up? Can I play a joint that's like mastered, mixed, finished that with an artist? Who's an artist? Like if I go to iTunes and search your beat,
I mean, I don't know
over.
if it's on iTunes, but you could go to. I did a drink called Slave. That's the name of the song by A Lot of Nerve.
Slave.
Yeah, for A Lot of Nerve, Slave. I did that drink a while back. That's probably
not on iTunes.
I'm not sure it was on iTunes, but because it's like a sample heavy drink.
Got you.
Look on YouTube, they got it.
What was it called?
Slave. I mean, Lot of Nerve, Slave.
A lot of nerve, like that.
LOTA space NERV, Slave.
Right here.
No, it's Lot of Nerve, Slave, but let me see. I can get it for you.
Definitely, yeah, I have it on the YouTube.
Of course, you gotta put Lot of Nerve, Slave.
Wholesale Investment Network shouting you out, Marksman.
I appreciate that, man.
Appreciate Wholesale Investment Network checking it. That's Bugs on the other side of the world.
I don't know if they took it off. Like, I don't know. It's definitely on there. I'll pull it up though.
It's all good. Just,
It's on
just
there.
drop something we can end the show off with one of your beats.
Let me play. Yeah, let me play that. Hold on.
Trip to Manhattan. That's the title.
This is by another native Staten Island artist, YG Dubes. He's a beast. Super dope lyricist. Cadence is crazy. I'll play that joint that's mixed in. Everything is right. I wonder if I got it on Drive. Should be on this. The slave joint is definitely out there. I'll just maybe change the name or something. I'm not sure. Let me pull that up. Where is it? My song, my music, all my songs. Here you go. Open. I don't know if it's gonna pull it up. It might. Audio. I gotta close this. Hold on. I got you. There you go.
Them yellow cabs, I'm in love with low.
This Trip to Manhattan. YG Dubes.
From Staten Island?
Yeah, Staten Island native.
Marksman. Yeah, what more can you imagine? Images of buildings in the city of Manhattan. Tourist attraction by Battery Park. Them yellow cabs, I'm in love with New York. Let's take a ride now. Yeah, I'll be on the West Side Highway, looking at the tower they built, and it just reminds me that it takes two just to make one. And on my daughter, I can't wait until my day comes. I gotta make lunch at Benny's, you know how it is. Prado on the corner, I'm chilling, I'm on 56, and I ain't quick to judge. I'm all ears, and for years I used to wanna work at Sears, but now I'm up in Soho to take a few photos. Flank club shopping, getting ready for the promo. Maserati logo that represents Tribe. One-way ticket, and my limit is the sky, so you know we gon' yell about it. Yes.
From the light you can fly
Fly above. Yes. Take me highway.
No condescending
Nah.
remarks. I wanted your love.
Yes. Yeah, I was given a gift, and my boy's still present when I'm moving them whips. 125th, see me cruising, headed to the Iceman. Counting numbers like a diet plan. I pull strings like a violin. My Gucci's, I ain't trying no more. I put them out, get my fireman on. They know my money is long, cause I be there on no regular. All the cash here, so me at the register. And when my fam with you, the money bands with you. Look for the signs and the stars up in Grand Central. Player, I'm ambitious with a different drive. Sitting there counting that money right by the riverside. I'm all in, I bet you I'm going to win. I get it done. And shout out to my friends, let's turn it up. Nothing but love, let me cruise like a Chevrolet. In my city of dreams, just let my record play. Yes.
From the light you can find, take me higher, babe. No condescending remarks. I wanted your loving so desperately. Too many lies left untold, we're suffering, but it don't mean no harm. Would it be
All right, what was his name?
YG Dupes.
YG Dudes. I'm gonna have to look him up.
Yeah, he's definitely dope artist. You know what I mean? Staten Island native.
Dope.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them, man.
Definitely.
Just-
Well, I look forward to hearing it. Like
for sure.
on a major platform with Rick Ross over it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, listen,
For
man.
sure, for sure.
For sure.
But Marks, I appreciate you joining me today.
So love.
You know,
Appreciate you having me,
definitely
man.
come back.
Yeah, man, definitely.
All right. And shout out Wholesale Investment Network, yo.
You're ready. Wholesale.
Marksman the Great. That's what he's calling you.